Hi guys, so the discussion forum I'm answering is living in a wired world. Um, I made a pro and a con list before I started, and I'm getting the same amount of pros and cons for being and for not being wired in. And I definitely have to agree with that because it's not always black and white. There's definitely some gray area in the middle, and being wired in could be beneficial or detrimental to you and the people around you, depending on how you use it. Some ways I feel it could be beneficial is that you can definitely build relationships with people that you might not have met otherwise if you weren't wired in. I have women that I am now very close and good friends with that I met via the internet, and I have built personal and business relationships with a lot of women just by being on Facebook or Instagram, responding to posts, and women doing the same thing. Um, it's also a good way to stay in contact with your family if your family cannot always be together. My family has a group chat because we're the family who can't always be around each other, and we're really close though, so it kills us. So we have a group chat. It's about 10 of us in there, and each day we send each other, uplifting messages, prayers, updates. As mentioned before, I have a 2-month-old son, so I'm always sending his updates and his milestones and pictures into the group chat. Um, just anything you can think of that you would do with your family in person, we try to do via text messaging. If you have an iPhone, you know what screen time is, and it was basically that iPhone shows you what apps you were on and how long you were on them. So I checked mine before I made this video, and it showed me that last week I spent about 10 hours in 7 days, 10 hours in a 7 day span, um, sending and receiving messages. And that seems like a obscene amount of time to be wired into your phone just for messages, not counting all of the other apps you may have been on. But it's because my family and I, we text all day, every day. I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb just to do a video. Otherwise, my messages would have kept interrupting it because we're very, very active in that group chat. So those are some ways that can be beneficial. You can gain online friendships, and it actually can bring you closer to your family, contrary to belief. Um, there is a part of here that I wanted to read that says, if I go home at 6:30 in the evening and spend the whole night sending emails and wake up the next morning, I still haven't talked to my wife or kids or friends. When you spend time on the internet, you don't hear a human voice and you never get a hug. And I definitely understand what he's saying and where he's coming from. And that's opposite from my situation, because in my situation, being wired in brings me closer to my family. But in this situation, it takes him further away from his. And this is the time where it can be detrimental, because now his wife, kids, and friend is now lacking that in person relationship from him. But if they had a situation where he can stay connected via the phone, it may make that situation a little bit better. Another example that I wanted to give is the video that I saw on Facebook. It went viral, and I really wanted to find the link. I've searched and searched, and I cannot find it. So I'll just describe the video. It's a cartoon. It looks like an old cartoon from back in the day. That's how the creator wanted it to look, because it was still supposed to be based on today, where there was a little boy. No one was paying him attention. No adults were paying him attention. All the adults were on their phone. He looked real sad, and he's walking. He's noticing all these bad things going around him. I think they were fighting. There was actually a man assaulting a woman. Like, I'm talking about some of the worst things you can ever imagine was happening while the little boy was walking down the street. One part of the video had a woman on top of a building. She was going to jump. And when she was going to jump, the little boy looked sad. He was reaching up to her, but all the adults around him had their phones in their hands and to record the jump. And the message of the video was basically like, we are ignoring all these things around us, and we can be helping people, but of course we're posting on social media instead. And the video was very, very powerful, because I do feel a lot of people miss things because they are always wired into their phone. Um, I know in my household, when me and my boyfriend are watching TV together, we say this is our time. Again, we have a 2 month old together. He works, I works, and I'm in school, and I have my business. So family is very important to me. So we have this phone where if we're watching TV in the living room, then we leave our phones plugged in the charger in the bedroom, or just in any other room, like just no phones, because it does take away from your in-person relationships. So it just definitely depends on how you use your time and how you are wired in and when you're wired in. It definitely can be a good thing because again you can build those relationships, but again it can take you away from your impersonal relationships as well. Um, so that's my take on this. I'm definitely curious to see what you guys come up with. Um, yeah.